Hey everybody, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy, and if I look a little red, it's been the best day ever. I'm not gonna lie, we're having a little bit of a family crisis, but I'm not gonna burden you guys with that. We're here to talk about movies, and I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy, and movies and TV reviews is what we do here. For those who are not that polished, for those who are new, this movie's not probably gonna get a lot of views, but by the way, the person who got my Billie Eilish video to 200 and my various other videos to 100, thanks guys. And all the likes and all the the love and the fun comments and stuff on like the other like the other videos. Thank you guys. You guys are so cool. Love you all. I love everybody, even the haters. Like, just love. Love, love is wonderful. So, kindness. I'm going to talk about a movie today that is probably under a lot of radars. It's not getting a lot of attention. I saw it this early evening, late afternoon. I know I'm late. I want to get that coming to America video out to you guys. So I'm going to do this video, and I'm going to take an hour to just kind of chill, maybe have some food, and then I'm going to watch Coming to America and make that video. So, first, we're not talking about Coming to America yet, though. We are talking about a movie called Boogie. Boogie is directed by Eddie Huang, I believe his name is. He was the inspiration for the main character in the sitcom Fresh Off the Boat. It's based on his memoir, Fresh Off the Boat. He was a producer on that show. It's his writing and directing debut, but he's not even just a filmmaker. He owns a restaurant, he's a chef, he's a lawyer, very prolific dude. And now he can add director and writer to this camp. So, this is a movie that's been getting mixed reviews, hovering around moderate, fresh to high kind of middle range 50 something. I didn't love this movie, but I gotta be honest with you, I don't quite get the mixed reviews. I very much liked Boogie. I liked this film. The film. Now, one thing that is going to be hard to get over for some, and why I kind of get some of the reviews. This, similar to something like I Care a Lot, which is another movie that I loved more than this movie. I'm actually almost gave that 5 stars. I love that movie. It's probably going to be on my best of list at the end of the year, but it's it's still early. I have this doctrine where I don't have to like a character if they're well written, if I understand them well. So I was saying, I didn't like the character. Let's explain the plot. Okay. So the movie is about this guy. His name is Alfred Chen, but he goes by Boogie. He is, I believe, at high school. You go into like a prep school. He's a transfer student. He has one parent who is of Chinese ancestry. He has another parent who is of Taiwanese ancestry. They're both immigrants, come to America, like everyone's family has come from at some point. They come to America. They have very different ideals for their son. Boogie, similar in a lot of ways, I guess, to at least what people have known persona-wise about Eddie Huang, he kind of has kind of this like wannabe gangster thing going on. He's like a hip-hop guy. He likes, he's sometimes a little, and not in a good way. He kind of has let's put it, he has a bad, it's not like that in and of itself is bad. He just has a bad attitude. For instance, he meets a girl named Eleanor, who he falls for, who's quite good, the actress who plays her. They actually play Boogie also, despite the character not being that likable. It's a good performance. This guy, I believe he's a newcomer, his name is Taylor Takahashi. He's very good. But the movie it's sort of about the relationship thing. He wants to play basketball. He has people coming in all different directions who kind of want different things from him, and he just kind of wants to find his own way while still respecting his culture on some level, and maybe find in love with this girl, Eleanor. Now, need to get off the point because some people are accusing this movie on some level of being problematic. I agree. I agree in the sense of certain appropriation that the character does. I agree to that extent. I agree to the fact of the actual romance between him and Eleanor is wrong-headed to a certain degree. Their actual meet cute is at best problematic and at worst downright kind of disgusting. What he says to her as like a pickup line, it's actually pretty bad. It's not something you should do. The character's not a nice character by any means, but it's hard to explain. I really liked what this, aside of the actual characterization of this character, I really liked what this movie was trying to do with this character. And what I mean by that is showing kind of this formula sports movie from the perspective of this very specific experience of this kid who in a lot of ways might be very similar to Eddie Huang. Again, I don't know him, but the idea that he, using this kind of basketball movie, this almost kind of slightly more profane Disney-ish sports movie premise, to tell this kind of story that we don't see in a lot of these more formula movies. It kind of reminded me, now this is a better movie, don't get me wrong. And also Nick from this movie is his friend in the movie. But kind of like in the same way that like Love, Simon in a way was a formula movie, but because of the angle of it being about someone in an LGBTQ plus relationship and being a studio rom-com, it felt really fresh and it offered a very moving perspective on an otherwise formula story. Boogie kind of does the same thing, not as well, but it does kind of the same thing for the basketball movie by showing it through this particular cultural lens and seeing it from the point of view of this character. And it's also a movie where, as a whole, it's not a perfect movie, but individual moments are great. Everything in it is relatively good, but there's moments in it that are some of the best I've seen in a while. So it has those kind of elements. There's one scene, a discussion about Catcher in the Rye that I thought was really, among a few, but it was like the first big, in class, where he's discussing why he has no sympathy for Holden Caulfield and why he thinks that he's, in relation to his experience, why he doesn't relate to him and why he relates more to the authority figures than he does to Holden Caulfield. And it's kind of a really nice, well-written thought. There's another scene kind of toward the end involving a discussion about dolphins. You have to see the movie, I don't want to give it away, between him and the love interest in like when they're out to dinner. That was really nice, and it kind of interlaces. I also thought it was really neat, and I think that even though Boogie is not the most likable character, he's filtered through the experience of his parents, and you've sympathized with them. They don't always make the best decisions either, but you care about those characters. And I think it's because the movie's sort of structured around, it's where we start, and it's kind of where we periodically go to, is this meeting they have with a local fortune teller when they find out they're going to have Boogie, when the mom finds out she's pregnant with Boogie, and they're discussing, what fortunes await their son, and it's kind of intercut with the present day stuff, and he kind of goes back and forth in the timeline there. And it really becomes more significant at the end in a way that was surprisingly great and really moving. Now, this is not a perfect movie, as I've said. Again, the Boogie character is deeply unlikable. And even some of the people around Boogie are unlikable, and they say pretty horrifying, crap. Including his rival, who is... I'm unfamiliar with this actor, but he goes by the name Pop Smoke. And he plays this guy, what's the character's name? Trying to remember. He's the is it Mose? Is it something? It's his rival. It's his basketball rival. You'll know it when you see it in the movie. The performance by him is also quite good, even though the character is on the other end of that spectrum of also being kind of unlikable. But the actor who played him, at the end of the movie, we discovered that the actual actor Pop Smoke unfortunately passed away in 2020. So I believe this was his last work on film. It's a good performance. He's very good, and it was a strong note to end on. He's very good. He's not in the movie a lot, but he's quite good in it. I actually believe he's a musician because in the credits, a lot of the songs say by Pop Smoke. So I guess he's like a music artist. I'm unfamiliar with him, but he's good. I feel like I'm going to circle there. Not much more to say, you guys. I gotta get to the other segments. Boogie, I feel like it seems like I'm down on this. I'm not. I will say this. I am really glad I saw Boogie, and that's why I'm going to give it 4 stars. Because I think that, though it has problems, particularly involving character, the things that are good about it are so good that they are worth walking that aforementioned 2 blocks to get to the theater, which qualifies a 4-star movie. It's really good. I really like this. Or better yet, if you have AMC A-list or Movie Pass or whatever, it's a good choice to see if you're going to a movie on a Friday night. There you go. And you have to walk the 2 blocks. So, 4 stars, solid recommendation. I just don't have because I was compelled by the movie too much to give it any kind of thing. And I liked the world building of it, and I liked the screenplay. The screenplay was good, even though some of the things the characters were saying were horrible. it felt well. How do I put it? It felt well realized in regards to who the characters were as they were established in the film. This is a really tough movie to review. I liked Boogie a lot. I didn't love Boogie, but I liked Boogie. I think that it's not the best movie on this experience of recent. Minari, even Crazy Rich Asians had some parts that were was actually really good. Crazy Rich Asians was really, really good. Probably was a better example. But sorry, guys, I also probably shouldn't be reviewing this movie so frazzled, but yeah, that's what I thought. 4 stars for Boogie. I like Boogie. So, let's move on. Actually, Also, I was alone in the theater, which is always a bummer when the movie's at least good, because you don't have anyone else to see it with, but, you know, at least I got to take notes during the trailers. So, trailer trash. What do we got? I got my phone here. Cruella was the first one. Some of these, a few of these, honestly, I've seen. There's not more many. Cruella. I think it looks dope. I like the approach. I like that it kind of has a darker hue than other Disney movies. I also, Glenn Close to me will always be Cruella de Vil, and she's okay with it. She's involved. I'm like, okay, then I'm in. I'm in regardless, but I'm in for sure. The Courier, talked about this in past videos, looks good. Kind of a Cold War spy thing. I've seen the trailer a lot. This one was new. I had not heard of this movie until tonight, and it looks really good. It almost looks like a kind of a pseudo mumblecore movie. It's called Long Weekend, and I think it's actually coming out like next week. It's like a movie. Who's in it? The girl in it has shown up in a lot of things. She was the friend on Love Life on HBO Max. And then like Damon Wayans Jr.'s in there a little bit. Casey Wilson's in there. But it looks... Was it a David Cass movie? Was it like maybe... I think it said like from the creators of Happy Endings. Which, again, bonus. I love happy endings. But it's hard to... It's like a love story, but it seems like it might have a slight science fiction angle, but it's kind of hard to tell. The trailer's really short and it doesn't tell you much. But it looks good. I'll probably check that one out if it comes around here. Not a lot of views is going to get, but, you know, I like a good small little movie. The other two, talked about Godzilla vs. Kong. Got my shirt ready to go. Nobody, I'm excited as hell for. I think that looks like so much fun. It looks like a perfect merging of that John Wick sensibility that the screenwriter John Constad has, who's writing the movie, of making that tough kind of badass action, but then you also got the badass action with and tongue-in-cheekness of the director Elia Naschler, who did Hardcore Henry, which is uber underrated. So, and they're going to team up for this. I'm excited, and then you also got like Bob Odenkirk, who's good in everything and naturally funny and naturally good, and Saul Goodman. I'm in. So nobody, was there shawarma? No, there wasn't. So, I'll be back soon with that Coming to America review. We gotta end this puppy. So, see you guys very soon. I'll see you tomorrow. We still got a lot of reviews coming up. And, I did finish WandaVision. Really can't wait to talk about it. That'll be Sunday. Probably gonna do, like I said, 3 parts for each set of 3 episodes in the whole series. I'm stoked. Alright, that'll be next time. See you very soon, very, very soon. And until next time, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I see it all. I'm happy to share it with you. As you could probably tell from that, if this is your first video, they're not all this messy, but we don't have, you know, Jeremy Johns level editing. I'm new to this, so it's kind of free form. Stumbled on my words a little bit. The next video will be better, I promise. This is probably my worst video I've done so far. Boogie was good. I felt like my opinion was all over the place. It was hard to review. 4 stars for Boogie. Alright. So that'll be next time. And until next time, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I see it all. I'm happy to share it with you. And, I say in my description, take everything with a grain of salt. Especially in this video, I'm not myself. I really am not myself. Alright. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Be kind to one another. You guys are awesome. I know you will be. Thank you all.